welcome to the Demo Dive, where I live stream myself digging through Steam's demo tag to sort the trash from the treasure. I'm CB, and my weekend was by and large recovery. I didn't do a TGIF on Sunday, but not just because I needed some rest time. It's hockey season! Specifically, it is the Stanley Cup playoffs, and my team, Montreal Canadiens, Habs if you're in the know, are actually doing really well in round one. Fine, yesterday's game was a little, let's say, problematic, but maybe if we get refs who can see worth a shit. Anyway, demo dives will continue even if I do wind up checking scores right after, and every other Sunday streams are going to be rare until the Habs get knocked out of the playoffs, the Habs win the playoffs, or they start losing the second I watch, as then my tiny bits of superstition will make me stop watching, just in case it's somehow my fault. Don't pretend you don't do this too. So, we're at a Monday, the demo dive is happening, and today we're going to be looking at Wax Hands by Patattie Games. Point-and-click interactive fiction wherein we are running a struggling record store. It's described as cozy punk narrative sim, and I'm not entirely sure what cozy punk is supposed to mean. But there's only one real way to find out, so let's get started. Sitting comfortably? Good. Then we'll begin. Music's not bad, mind you. Since every person is different, we want the game to adapt to you. That's why there are two ways to play Wax Heads. You can switch modes anytime from the accessibility menu. No refunds, every recommendation is unique, sometimes it's perfect, sometimes not so much. You'll have to live with the consequences of your choices, but don't worry, you'll never get stuck or lose progress. For those who want to always give the best possible answers to every client, you can retry each recommendation in exchange for a small penalty. Well, I'll try no refunds mode for now. I'm curious as to what the small penalty is, mind you, but let's see. Clive Rogerson, in the year 1988, the iconic dream pop band Becoming Violet were on top of the world. Morgan McIntyre, the leader. Pat Brennan, the quiet one. James Grenth, the childhood sweetheart. Willow McIntyre, the little sister. They had 3 chart-smashing albums, a record-selling, sold-out worldwide tour, and a hit single for film Murder on Monk Hill. But then, Becoming Violet turned to becoming nothing. Okay. There has never been an official explanation given for the band's demise, although many suspect it might have something to do with Dove Can Still Fly. Dove Can Still Fly was Willow McIntyre's solo debut album, a smash hit. But it's seen as the primary catalyst for what killed Becoming Violet. Perhaps the most offending detail was who supported Willow. James Grenth, Morgan's childhood sweetheart, was the album's producer. And it wasn't long until the two announced they were a couple together. What then of the elder McIntyre sister, Becoming Violet's Morgan? Well, it's rumored Morgan hasn't spoken to either Willow or James since. No one can be quite sure, as she disappeared from the public eye. It's a mystery, dear viewer. We're left to wonder, where is Morgan McIntyre now? So I just got to read out a bit of VH1. Good for me. Is VH1 even still a thing? I'm going to have to look that up at some point. Okay. Well, well. Only 5 minutes late. You got guts, new kid, I'll give you that. But I saved a cat on my way here. Well, I hate cats. And dogs. Pretty much anything four-legged. Nah, I'm just kidding you. But don't bring any pets to work. Anyway, let's get you started on your first day. This here's the staff room. It has, seats, and a table, and coffee. At least I think that's coffee. And I'm sure there's also some tea bags. Somewhere. And sometimes it has stuff, like you. You'd have a poke around later. Let's get into the store. Follow me, new kid. Yes? Welcome to Repeater Records. Huh. Hello, music fans. Looking for a record? Then come on in to Repeater Records. We have all your vinyl desires and guilty secrets just waiting to be discovered. Don't deprive those eardrums a moment longer, okay? A local keepsake for one simple reason. We care about the people. A new record signifies a gateway to finding new love and connection. Okay. But people don't always know how to find that. So it's our job to help. There's a band list. Oh, come on, don't look so scared. You'll be fine. So, you ready to give this a go? Let's open up. Right, enough yapping. Let's get this door open, eh? Head to the front door and unlock it. Ah. Yes. Hi! Oh my gosh, do you like Mimi? Of course. Oh yes! You get it! We are officially besties! Oh god, I just... Yeah, okay. So, like, you do know how to help me, right? Yes, but just let me look at this employee handbook. Like, okay... Welcome to your first day Repeater employee. I'm Vinny Vine. Oh my god, no. And I'm here to tell you about the 10 steps to serving a customer at Repeater Records. Listen and look to the customer. Like you do have the new Mimi album, right? Remember, sometimes people think they know what they want, but trust your gut. What's best for the listener. Explore the store. Records don't come to you, you go to them. Inspect records thoroughly. Records are like puzzle boxes. They're full of surprises. Remember, respect your assistant. Use your record assistant to bag your items at the till. When you feel ready, hop over to the cash register. Remember, always feed the receipt through before you cash the record through the till. Be sure to personalize your transaction by printing some emojis on the receipt, or maybe unlock something else. Congratulations, you completed your transaction. The customer will tell you how you did. Recommending records rewards wax head points. Be sure to cash them out on the Wild Kindness store to receive some fabulous employee incentivized gifts. But you do have the new me record, right? Because I just really love her. I have to go look for the record. Okay, that's not... That's red. Here we go. Okay. New. Investigate. Still being yet another triumph for Mimi, the singer who can and who has now done it all. She's stolen our hearts with her glossed-up hooks and delicious melodies, and is a price worth paying. Because still, Mimi isn't just an album, it's a manifesto. The world is mine, the world is Mimi. Release 2026? What in the name of your living hell is this? I have a Tamagotchi. Okay. Okay, that's a lot of record store to be searching through. How the fuck do I get back to the front desk? Okay, what the f... ever-loving fuck, that's storage. Okay, there's one minor problem in terms of... okay, so there's kind of a map. Nope. Okay, so that way. Down. Nope. 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 Employee records. Handbook. What in the... Okay, that's the employee handbook. That's storage. Nope. Okay, so... Okay. Oh my gosh! That's her new album! Like, I've already listened to it loads on streaming, but I just had to get it on record, right? You're the best, bestie! Okay, bye! Okay. The art style is interesting. Oh wait, what the fuck? Okay, phonogram. Anyone want to work my shift tomorrow? I'm willing to pay in IOUs. Good work ethic not required. Good day to you, Tony Cheapskate. I would like... Wait, no. I demand... Yes, that's the stuff. I demand a very good bargain. Bring me to your best discount. Okay, so how do I do this? Okay. That's new albums. New sale. Let's check and make sure there's nothing else I might... Okay, if that's sale $25.99. No, not what he's after. Nope, not a sale there either. Oh yeah, that's quite the bargain. What does it sound like when you mix the sexy, messy sounds of electronic fuzz with the loinful moans of desire? Untitled Gross have the answer with their seductive Let's Fuzz. Henry Kemp approves with two thrusts from Golden Crotch Classic. What the fuck? Wait a minute, no, wait. No. Oh yes! That is a delicious discount! I dare say that's your cheapest album in the store! Allow me to purchase this and go home to marvel at your generous offering. What the fuck? Wonderful. Just wonderful. Ta-ta! This is... I mean, I'm grooving with the actual gameplay, but some of the shit is weird. Oh my gosh, it's here. It's finally here. Thank you, Repeater Records, for giving me Still Mimi. I am complete. Time to listen again. Okay. Hey. So, I'm after something with singing. With harmonious singing. That makes you soar and tremble inside. Majestic-like. Yeah, definitely something harmonious. Yeah, okay. Volume 2, Edmund Hall, The Secret Male Choir Club. Another stunning array of hymns, covers, and oddities. The Secret Male Choir Club has done it again with renditions of Hallmark classics. This recorded beautifully, Edmund Hall. This is one to cherish. That's definitely a possibility. But let's look further. Snake by Sister. This sophomore album is soon to be another drony cult classic from this punk triplet trio. I could write more about the addictive pummeling bass, the racing rhythm guitar, and the deafening drums, but instead I crave another round of melting my face off listening to Queen Egg for the 200th time today. From Shona Morgan from Blister Magazine. I'm pretty sure you're supposed to be reviewing the album that's in front of you, but never mind. Sister by Sister. This is a phenomenal debut. These girls are making their mark on the punk world. Sister have rewritten the rule book, making their first album a must-have for all those burgeoning to join the ranks of anarchy. Probably not. Keep moving. Self-deprecating toast and jam. Ego, Sunny Side Up. Ego Sunny Side Up had so much subversive creativity they could only make one excellent album before imploding under the weight of their own literal egos. What the hell? Lucky for us, this album is timeless as an all-out pithy banger, a cult classic for good reason. From Calvin Sanchez, Shrub Sounds, no. Brick Dog. Live at the Snack Bar, Brick Dog. Brick Dog fought for years as a pugnacious rock band. In 2014, they got their meteoric rise, and this live album captures that alignment of stardom. Notably, singer Tara O'Deal, the Livewire singer, would soon die not long after the show. He looms large on every track. Rest in peace, lad. Bruck by Big Dog. You cannot take this donut. Jam runs thicker than blood, thicker than blood. These words are immortalized in me. Such is the pervasive impact of Bruck, the fourth Brick Dog LP, and second with Gareth Gringle as frontman. I'm having so much what the everlasting hell is going on here, but I'm also having that. Let's just make sure there's not something up front. Okay, Peep. Peep by Roland Tipsy. The first time you hear Peep, it expands into sounds that people only previously dreamt of. It is both simultaneously new and also familiar. It enchants you like nothing you've ever heard before, or perhaps ever will. Excerpt from Helen Chrysler's book, The Jazz That Changed My Life. Who doesn't remember the first time they heard the deepening brass sounds of Red? Breaking into the mainstream after hit track Smooth Syrup Smile was used on the soundtrack of Oscar-nominated Why Don't You Love My Love, Hidden Heart has remained an essential stop for all lovers of saxophone and romance. Not sure that's what we're looking for. Then there's an elevator which I can't use. Okay, fine. So no, I think we're on... Wow. Yeah, just like that. Might seem like an odd choice for someone who looks like me. I don't judge, dude. But I've been singing in this male choir, and man, it's a lot of fun. I've been looking for some new inspiration, and this looks like just the thing. Thanks a bunch. Okay, this is... I mean, I'm loving the game, but it's so fucking weird. Hello there. I was wondering if you could help me. I'm looking for something in particular. My husband... Sorry. I mean, my late husband, Bradley. He used to play this jazz record for me when we were younger. It's a cherished memory of mine how often we used to listen to it. Again and again, we'd lose ourselves in that sound for hours. Sadly, though, we must have lost it over the years. I'd very much like to find another copy, to revisit that time. However, tragically, I can scarcely remember any details about it. I just remember it was like nothing I'd ever heard before, and I know exactly what album you want! It had so much life in it, and I think that it had a saxophone on it? That much I'm sure of. Do you think you could help me? Okay, so... I know exactly which one we're talking about. Yes, yes, I believe that's the one. It has a saxophone on it and describes itself just as I felt. Takes me right back to Bradley's small apartment. We would sit and listen, drinking and laughing. Oh my. Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you ever so much. I will cherish this. Thank you again. You've made this old fool smile. Howdy, Biggins. Oh, good lord. I need help and I need it fat. Wait, hold up. Who are you? That's the new kid. New kid? Oh, that's right. We were hiring after Sasha left. I just thought, Hank, that maybe we're going to hire Merrick. Hank, why are you here? It's your day off. Okay, so maybe I wanted to use the photocopier for a concert flyer for my band. I don't suppose you have this flyer ready for me to photocopy, do you? Well, you know me, I'm not much of a visual person. But I got a bunch of cutouts. I figured one of the young'uns could help with the designing. Ugh. Okay, new kid, go help Hank out. Yes! You ordered new kid, you're with me. Let's get the flyer making. But for what? But... I don't know what the hell kind of... thing we're talking about here. Ah, no, okay, so let's remove all stickers. And now I'm gonna hyper-focus like an absolute bugger. Guess we can't make those any smaller. Damn. That's a shame. Move that down there. That's a little more helpful. Shift. Great. Awesome. Something else somewhat Muppety, something else somewhat Muppety. Okay. Yes, I'm done editing. Would you look at that? You're a real talent, new kid. Seriously? Morgan knows how to pick 'em. Doesn't look too shabby. Now go home, Hank. Okay. But can I stick a flyer in the window on the way out? Fine. Thanks, Morgan. You're the best. Don't make me chase you out. Okay, I'm going. But I expect to see both of you at the apple bed later this week. And it was a real treat meeting you, new kid. Thanks for the help. That was Hank. He works here, too. It sometimes feels like he lives here. Oh, looks like you got another customer. I'll leave you to it. Chop, chop. God, you gotta help me out here. I'm in a bit of a rush. I'm going to my twin sister's place, you see. And it's our birthday. Happy birthday. Oh, right, thanks. But that's not important right now. You see, every year she buys me some ridiculously good gift. But mine are always awful. And I'm trying to turn things around, you see. So, since she's really into records, I had a brainwave and thought I'd get her a record she's been after. Except I'm stuck. I know she's a big Sister fan. I think she said something about an album with a rain cloud on it. Which would be great. If I could find it. I can't see it anywhere. She'll never let me live it down if I get her the wrong one. I can't live with that shame. So I'm counting on you here, because otherwise I'm doomed. I will go look for the record. Remember, it's a Sister record with a rain cloud on it. Okay, so... No, I seem to remember down. No, definitely not Bad Toes. I need to look at that one later. either of those have an actual rain cloud on them? Well, this is actually closest because that's a lightning bolt of sorts. Let's just double check. Yeah, because that's a snake. We want that one, I'm pretty sure. This one, you think? Why do I feel like I've seen it before? Probably because this is the one I knew I needed to look for, right? Or did I already see this in her collection? Nope, nope, I choose to believe in your choice, kid. Alright then, wish me luck. Ah. So, not. Potentially not. Oh well. There you go, not bad for first day, huh? You did good, kid. Come on, let's close the shop. I'll give you the keys. Good evening. Whoa, it's staff only in here, pal. And sorry, but we're closed. Are you Ms. McIntyre? That depends on who's asking. My client wanted to be escorted to your establishment, and she isn't one to take no for an answer. I believe you're familiar with one another? Buddy, what are you talking about? And what client? It can't be. Willow? Hello, sis. Been a while. Store's looking a little sad. Are you kidding me? No word in over 10 years. Not to mention that little paparazzi stunt of yours at Mum's wake. And what, now you suddenly stop by to insult the wallpaper? What is it you want, Willow? And make it quick, I have a shop to close. You'd think age would calm that temper of yours. But you always... No, let's not get into all that. I just wanted to let you know that I'll be in town. But I shan't outstay my welcome. Bye, Morgan. Evening to you both. God damn it! I wish you didn't have to see that. Sorry, new kid. Let's finish closing up. You'll be working with Abby and T tomorrow. Listen, this is awkward, but I'd appreciate it if you didn't tell them about the exchange you just witnessed. My lips are sealed. Oof, still awkward. Look, this isn't a do this or lose your job type of order. It's just a bit of a delicate matter and I don't want to spread it around. Thank you for humoring me. Right. Let's get the hell out of here. Oh yeah, good job again, kid. Yeah, I could see that coming a mile away. I think I get what they mean by cozy punk, but I'm not 100% sure. I mean, it's definitely cozy in its own way. What? Okay. Ah. Okay, there we go. Why is this stuck? Ah, there we go. That's a little fernickety. Hey! So you're the new kid? Hope you didn't get too soaked in that rain. I say, what's the phone saying? Walking the Cow. The #1 spot for the freshest music news and takes. Sisters, a door to a light. Punk Prodigy's door to a light is not so bright. Layla T gives her thoughts on the new Sister album, which departs from the band's natural post-punk roots. Heavy lies the critic that wears the crown, and this crown is feeling particularly heavy after reviewing the new album by celebrated punk troupe Sister, whose hotly anticipated Door to a Light, via Breadstick Records, had promised a radical new direction from their previously established post-punk sound. But it is my sad duty to inform any of you who are hoping that these DIY sickos could bottle lightning 3 times in a row to brace for disappointment. The album is a mess. The song Game Fright wanders aimlessly, Action Boy has been done before, and better, and let's just not talk about the horribly titled closing track, LOL. There are notable exceptions. The single stick a stick in my eye is deliriously dreamy, while the slow burn that is street wine is sure to become a fan favorite live. But these rough gems aren't enough to save this bog of an album. Another band may have gotten away with it, but sister, it's hard not to demand more. Anyway, nice to meet you. I'm Abby. Yo. Say hi to the new kid, T. Hi to the new kid. Okay, I walked into that one. Anyway, did you see the sister album review just dropped on Walking the Cow? Meh. Don't meh, Sister T. We even put the new single in the jukebox. Which I'll admit does sound a bit different to their usual stuff. Neat. Maybe I'll like it then. New kid, what about you? Do you like post-punk? Sure. Of course you do. Post-punk is more than just a label. It's that feeling you get from deep inside. It's a way of life. Every type of music represents a lifestyle. You're no better just because you have a punk band. You have a punk band? Well, Girl Junk technically isn't my band. It's the band of friends of mine. They need help with promotion, and I'm good at that. It would be a big get for them to play at the Apple Bed. I'm working on it. I'll work it out. You'll see. Call her Miss Manager. Heh. You mentioned reading a Walking Cow? Oh wait, you've never heard of Walking the Cow? Which makes no sense because I've just looked at it on my phone. Are they a band? It's not a band, it's a daily music newsletter written by a bunch of cool writers. Debatable. Ignore her. You should totally check out the app on your phone. They always have something worth reading. Definitely check out today's sister review, which technically I already did, so hey. I'm dying to talk to someone about it. Speaking of bands, can you believe Pat booked Hank's band Denise? I'm telling you, it's the patriarchy at work. Gigs are overrated. Not everyone wants to be a shut-in like you. Works for me. Mix tracks at home, get paid, done. Huh. Good news for people who love Sister. Related news, we now have their dizzying, and in this old dog's opinion, heavily misunderstood album Door to a Light. Okay. No fussing with stuff like venues, crowds, or bookings. But you can't replace the feeling of seeing a band live, or connecting with an audience through live music. Musicians showing off their skills, fans letting their emotions run wild, pure raw magic with every beat of the drum. Whatever you say, Shakes Punk. Ugh, sourpuss. Anyway, we should probably be opening up. Is it wrong that I'm sitting here looking at this and going, why is it that every misanthrope has glasses? I need a smoke first. Feels like it's gonna be a day. Back in 5. Okay. What's on the phone now? Ah. You're up to date. Who the fuck is Kells and why do I give a shit? Okay. Whatever. New kid, I'm gonna need your help. Before you leave the staff room, can you tidy the notice board? Morgan starts complaining if the notices start overlapping. But don't sweat it, just do your best. And when you're done, come meet me in the store. Okay, so there's a whole lot of mini games to this. Let's see. I'm aware. So this is basically playing Tetris with this shit. Okay, so wait. There must be a better way of doing this. Here we go. And there, and there. Look at me go! Huh. So we really only have like 2 songs on the jukebox. Okay, fine. Zine shelf display. Gallery room. Wall displays. I guess this is shit you unlock as you go. Clothing set. There's gonna be a clothing section. Cool. Okay. Are you sure you want to leave the staff room? Yes, yes I am. Phonogram. Wow, my fave twee streamer New Boy was playing Punko Bot last night, and they claimed they figured out the identity of Shy Robot. They're gonna reveal it when they hit 5,000 new subscribers. We gotta spread the word. And we just reopened upstairs, but with all the wet customers coming in today, it's gonna get all damp and gross. Ugh. I guess we should try and cheer them up. You ready? Let's open up. Okay, let's get to it. Aw, man. Aw, man. What the fuck is going on now? Oh, spread the good cheer. Oh my god, Repeater Records is spreading the good cheer with the new and improved upstairs. And babes, that means more space for records, for art, for clothes. And honey, we even got a pretty little Punko party here. What the fuck? Today is just not it. Nice and warm in here, though. Hi, sorry if I smell damp. I had to walk 2 miles here, and the rain didn't let up. Some jerk stole my bike. And now my favorite shirt is soaked. Nah. I could really use a good record to cheer me up. Got anything that'll cheer me up over soaking my favorite top? Okay. Deadpan, morose, and humorlessly bleak, no. Twang and prang, electro pulse, shake and shout. It's a hell of a sight. Don't sit. Come and stand in our light. So it's really just lyrics. No. Who's this person and why are they standing in front of the lift? Oh yeah, no, that was the weird... No. Now play this, NeoPixel. Now play this, an explosive sophomore outing by impish provocateur NeoPixel, the cartoonish rapper from Valencia. Brawling chunky beats, sizzling fast verses, and deliriously delicious experimentation, Pixel is at her oversized posturing best here. Blending identity, sovereignty, and heart, she files in, detonates sickly bursts of acrobatic phrase with aplomb before escaping. Not really sure. Look at us mortals here in the shadows, watching an ascending rap god in the making. Maybe not. Mimi is back, but not as you might remember. Who would predict that the bubblegum princess of... No. Dark and naughty, no. That doesn't tell me anything about what it is. Reissued edition of Masterful Pop, no. Definitely not that one. Let's see what's going on upstairs. There was a stairwell at some point. A dirt ghost bucket. None of those sound particularly. None of that looks like anything I would particularly suggest to somebody who wants cheering up. Yeah, putrid and thumping sound, no. I'm just grateful there's no timer on this. Infectiously confident, pulsating noise of a record. A public murder trial, not one but 2 dead drummers, and despite a trail of rampant rumors, on-stage fights, and jokes gone wrong, please no more fake heads in jars. The band protest their innocence. Not that you could guess it by listening to this new Jarhead record, because Pitt is witty, unapologetic, and dripping with innuendo. We may wait with bated breath to finally unravel what happened to Tolls and Son, but for now we can at least agree Jarhead has come back with an actual banger of a 3rd album. No. So Yeah, post-rock virtuosos. Greasy, crumbling strums. Yeah, no. None of this is too particularly cheery. Six, slick and souped up on sounds. Easily one of the biggest releases this year. I gotta try her on this one and see how we go. I probably didn't get that remotely right, but fuck it. Are you trying to make me feel worse? Madam, this is an album of downers. This day really can't get any worse. You wouldn't happen to have an umbrella? No, of course not. Thanks for nothing, I guess. Oh dear. Maybe I should have gone for the Mimi album. Hi! Isn't it nice outside? The rain is pretty bad. No! You know what they say, there's no bad weather, only bad clothing. You're missing out, you know. This is perfect partying weather. You want to party in the rain. Are you kidding? Of course! Making camp and dancing in nature's embrace? It makes me feel so alive. I'm heading out to a friend's spot to party tonight. Well, but I have to remember I have work tomorrow. Sucks. I wish I could stay outside just dancing and dancing and dancing. I think about it all the time. Disappear camping and listen to a song about how I never want to stop dancing. Okay. As I recall, not so much. That's Moody Mimi, so not so much. This seems like the one that talks about camping and talks about dancing. Oops, nope. Oh hey! Pink Square? I know them. And it has a single called We Keep Dancing Even When the Lights Come Up. They know what's up. Cannot wait to blast this tonight and lose myself dancing under the drips, the drops, and the stars. Thanks for this. That's a little better. Hey, I know you weren't much help before. So look, I'm just gonna say it. Why is our Bad Toes album already off the featured shelf? Like, I thought your whole deal was supporting local bands? We lasted, what, a couple of days? Pfft, whatever. I'll chase Hank up about it. Anyway, I'm here for something else. Don't tell anyone, but I'm a bit out of creative juice. No musician likes to admit it, but it happens. So what better way to get the ideas running than listening to some good tunes? And I'm after something thumpingly loud. Yeah, something unapologetically thumpingly loud. Okay. Nope. Don't think any of those. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. I want upstairs for loud, I think. Nope, not that one. Nope, too thick. Oh yeah, let's fuzz, definitely not. Nope, not thumpingly loud enough. Nope. infectiously confident pulsating noise of a record. Close. Deeply uneven, ballsy, inconsistent. Nope. Maybe it was this one? Nope. Moving swiftly on. Not quite. Colossal drums, thumping, bruising guitars, and bass mutated into thick chomping. Loud. Loud. Definitely loud. Whoa! I didn't know they had re-released this Snarl album. The producer who mixed this, their ears bled, it was so loud. Man, Bad Toe should definitely get in touch with Pumpkin Party Records. I bet they find a way to keep our records on the featured shelf. But hell yeah, just what I need. If this doesn't inspire me to make some extremely unapologetic music, then I'm sorry. Oh, damn, see what I mean? Cheers, mate. What the ever-loving fuck is this? Screaming children. Hi, I was just... Jordan, don't touch that! Why is my phone going? Ah. We're gonna get somebody for the Mecha Mimi album. Wow, that looks like a monster! Sorry, I just did the shopping and... Look, Ponko! Ponko! Dad, look! There's an album with a fist! Like the one we have! What? Yeah, honey, that looks very interesting. We have an arcade machine. Dad! Video game! Video game! Video game! Do you need, like, a coin? Don't worry, I've got you. Cheers, I don't think I could reach my pockets right now. Yay! Sorry about that. I love them to death, but, you know, sometimes... It's been a long day. I get it. Thanks, that helps. Sorry, still a bit frazzled. I was wondering if it's not too much work. My hands are full, so I can't browse the store properly, but I really, really just want to buy a record for myself. Please help. I really, really just want to buy something that's for me. Okay, I somehow doubt upstairs is where we'll find something that's for you. I mean, how do we determine what's for him? That's... yeah, okay. Probably not punk for this guy. You see, none of this is actually helping me. Because he's, I mean, he's tired. Let's see, camping. There's a Mimi doll, but that's not really for him. Well, I have absolutely no fucking idea, so I'm just gonna pick something. Sometimes there just are no clues. Oh? How did you come up with that one? Were you just guessing? I guess that's fair. They say at Repeater they can always tell what a customer wants, but that's impossible, right? But it does look like an interesting album. Why not? I often buy records just because the cover looks cool. Jordan! Jackson! We're going home! 5 more minutes! Nope. Scream. How often have I told you screaming won't... Anyway, thanks for the record. Come on, kids. Meh, huh? Well, it's not like you gave me any damn clues. It's here! I know you have it! You must! I finally have enough time to come get it! I've been telling everyone how much I need it! I came out in this weather for it. This is the one coming for the Mimi. Finally! Finally! Everyone got it before I did. Avoiding spoilers was so difficult. I hope Mimi doesn't think I'm less of a Mimi mouse because I didn't pre-order it. I sent her a message on Photogram every day. Now I can tell her I've got it. I need to listen to this now, now, now. And that's another day done. Did you actually do anything today, or did you just hide away to listen to your tracks? And did you do anything today, or did you just use the free internet to promote girl junk? I'll let you know I'm a master of multitasking. Hey, new kid, why do you work at Repeater? I needed a job and this sounded cool. Working at a record store, you mean? Having met Morgan, you must have changed your mind right quick. Hey, Morgan is cool. Morgan was cool a long, long time ago. She hasn't made music in ages. And because she can't just go to therapy like a normal person, Morgan's got employees to terrorize. Don't listen to T. At Repeater, we want to make people happy. Sure. Morgan's got some unresolved stuff going on, Abby, and at some point it's gonna hit us. Anyway, I think we've traumatized you enough for a day. Let's get out of here before it starts raining again. See ya, new kid. Laters. And that is the perfect time to wrap up. I mean, there's not honestly a whole lot to say about this one. Wait a minute. Live with Clive? The fuck now? What is this? And we're back. For those just tuning in, you're joining me, Clive Roderson, on Monster Music TV. Today in the studio, we have a very special guest. Ladies and gentlemen, and everyone else, I give you Gareth Gringle. Gareth Gringle? Hi, Clive. Happy to be here. Forgive me for getting right into it, Gareth, but if I'm not mistaken, you have some upsetting news to share. Well, change doesn't have to always be sad, Clive. It can be transformative. Of course, and we'll get to your transformation in a minute. But for the thousands of Brickdog fans out there, you have something to tell them, don't you? Well, yes. I have left Brickdog. I'm sorry. I have to admit, I was truly shocked. The band seems more popular than it's ever been. What happened? Nothing. Nothing happened. Nothing? Gareth, you've just walked away from one of the biggest rock bands on the planet. You're saying nothing influenced you to make such an earth-shattering decision? It was just time for a change, you know? Had these new songs I wanted to... Wait. Let's walk it all back and set this up. Because the beginning was just as, if not even more, dramatic. You were the successive singer to Taro Deal, Brickdog's infamous founding singer, who of course died in tragic circumstances. When you were brought in to replace O'Deal, it was touted as an impossible feat. That must have been terrifying, filling in the shoes of an infamously adored dead man. We've talked about this before, Clive. If we could maybe just talk about my, new... And yet, with the release of Brock, a truly seminal collection of garage rock songs, you defied your critics and won over a new army of fans. Well, I've always been very grateful for those who have listened, and now that legacy has been violently shattered. Tell us, how do Andreas, Zaki, and Bruce feel about your decision? The rest of the band are very talented individuals. I have no doubt that they will continue to make great music. Just like I made my... Why don't we go over to our audience and take some questions? Why don't you let the man talk? Okay, let's see what we've got. We have just about enough time to take 2 questions. Will Brickdog ever reunite? A fan there holding out for dear hope. What do you think, Gareth? Is there ever a chance the band will get back together? But we just broke up, so I don't have an answer. I'm trying to work on... I think we can rule out any reunion there, folks. An emphatic shutdown from Gareth. Amazing. Okay, let's see what we've got. We have just about enough time to take 2 questions. What? What would Tar say? Great question there from the audience. What would Tar O'Deal say about the demise of Brickdog? Tar's songs are still out there. So, Clive, could we talk about my new album? Amazing. Fantastic questions from a fantastic audience. Unfortunately, that's all the time we have today. Thank you to Gareth Gringle for joining us, and to you, our viewers in the studio and at home. But Clive, what about my new album? Until next time, I'm Clive Roderson, and this is Monster Music TV. Okay, well, oh, for pity's sake. Get nuked, bot. This should only happen towards the end of my... Okay. We'll go back to main menu for that. Yeah, I mean, I'm enjoying it. Some of the mechanics could use a little bit more in the way of work. It will probably take some practice to figure out what cues from customers we're supposed to be paying the most attention to, because some are really obvious, some not so much, and that's a bit of a grumble. So I can see why they have the 2 modes, because that seems to be the only way they can deal with the fact that there are some times when you're really just guessing. Sometimes you've got keywords, and those are great. But sometimes you just got vibe, and it's not making it overly clear what the vibe is of each album. The back blurbs on and the reviews and things in the record sleeves are funny, but I think they've spent too much time making them funny and not enough time making them helpful, if you see what I mean. And if you're going to have keywords be your way of dealing with it, they have to at least be there. I'm not asking for them to be obvious, but they have to at least be there. And yet they are not. Always. But that's probably more a question of, a few new games played to start figuring out what the patterns are. But still, having to sort of... The learning curve is a little steep, I think is what I'm trying to say. Because by the time you figured out those cues, the game is liable to get harder going on. So you're starting from well in the rear when it comes to keeping up with what the game is doing. Just because it's another one of those ones that's trying to be clever more than it's trying to be user-friendly. Not that it's not clever, I found it a lot of fun, and it is going directly on my wish list, because it's very much my kind of zen, but they could make sure that the keywords that we're looking for are actually there. And we're not just kind of guessing. Especially with, the ones that are... If you want to pick something cheerful, the review has got to say that it's cheerful. Use the actual word. But again, that's my niggle, and the only reason I'm niggling about it that hard is because of how much I love the rest of it, and I don't want that fun, that zen, that hey, let's pick records vibe that I'm getting from this to be frustrated by a lack of clarity. So yeah, I'm definitely going to get it, and I'm going to hope that there are some changes as far as the, you know, at the very least, make the cues a tiny bit more obvious. I'm not asking for very obvious, but I'm asking for a little more obvious. But I guess we'll see what the full game looks like. Well, I will, because I am definitely going to be purchasing the thing, because it's very much my deal. And I don't have long to wait either, because this one's coming out on the 5th of May, so in about a week. Which means the demo might not be around for much longer. So if you like the look of this, thought you could do better than I did picking some of those albums, stuff like that, maybe download the demo and give it a shot. Remember, my opinion is not the be-all and end-all, and sometimes the feel of playing a game can make or break your enjoyment, so try before you buy wherever possible. For those who like a text-based and digression-free review, that'll be up on my Ko-fi page shortly. Never a paywall, I do it for the love of the games, but maybe toss some folks in my general direction if you like what I do. I like the company. The review will have the embedded VOD, which will also be on YouTube to join my gallery of epic, ridiculous, and more than occasionally profane flail, especially since I started running Pillars of Eternity and streaming that, because that's an awful lot of profane flail. Anyway, it's there on a couple of places, given that Twitch hangs on to things for a while, but it's going to be pretty much permanently on YouTube, in case you joined late or just fancy coming back to it later. Tomorrow I'll be free to wander Aora on my playthrough of Pillars of Eternity for as long as I like, discounting having to get back to the human-coded day job the following morning. But I've already gone back to it after my more or less weekend off, and will do so tomorrow. Wednesday's demo dive will be showing the demo for Replaced, a cyberpunk cinematic adventure game that I know one of my regulars on the channel has already purchased, I happen to notice. I'm not sure how well I'm going to be able to do that one because of some of the action elements, and it doesn't say it recommends a controller, but I'm always a little worried about the action-adventure-y kinds of things. But it's gotta be worth a look, because the regular that I'm talking about seems to have some pretty good taste. I mean, the rat line I really loved. So, while the game is out, the demo's still there, I thought I'd pick it up and see what happens, because really, I'd love to be able to play it, and to have the demo to play will let me know whether it's worth buying. Anyway, I hope to see you there for any of my shenanigans, but especially for the demos, because new games. Until then, or until next, have a good one.